Welcome to Yesa Rising with Crystal Red Bear and Jason Crazy Bear. And today we're talking to Patrick Suarez and Mike Wyckoff about the return of the Red Hawks King Powwow.
What? Skin here, Liquid Dogway. My name is Patrick. I'm from the Maharan Nation of Ahoskie, North Carolina. I'm from the Snipe clan, and I'm one of the founders and actually the right now the president um, over the King Powwow, the Red Hawks Gathering Nations King City Powwow, which will be held August the 14th and 15th of this year in King, North Carolina. It is located about 15 minutes outskirts of Winston-Salem on 52. It will be held at the American Legion, Post 290. They are a host sponsor. So this year we're just having it on a Saturday and Sunday. And it's the fifth year that has returned. But however, it's been going on ever since 2007. And it was a little brief period of time that Lance Red Hawk took a break because of his brother passing. So he took a break for about 3 years for the powwow. And that's the reason why we always say it's the fifth annual, because we restarted it and we wanted to make it an annual thing. So even though we say it's the fifth annual, it's probably the 10th or 11th powwow that Lance started.
And was that the first powwow in that region of territory in North Carolina?
Yeah. So in King is like it's in Stokes County, and also it falls in Forsyth County. So it's between the two counties where the actual powwows being held at. The reason that we picked King because the American Legion, they have a lot of veterans there. And as you know, at every powwow in any state or anywhere, even in Canada, we always recognize our veterans. So that's one of the things that we try to do at each powwow. And it was just a good opportunity because the American Legion is allowing us to have it there on their lands and utilize their lands for the weekend. So yes, it's the first powwow in that region.
And then last year, didn't you do something creative in the COVID time around that powwow?
Yeah. So as you know, COVID put a lot of powwows on a hold last year. Instead of canceling the King Powwow, I believe that even before Social Distance Powwow put a powwow out, I think it was the Summer Solstice Powwow. We actually went live and did our own powwow virtually. So it was like the first powwow virtually on the East Coast. Also, with the help of Crystal and yourself, we couldn't have made that powwow virtually without you all. So it was a success.
I think it had thousands of views. Didn't it have thousands of views
Yes, it was a lot of views. What we did, we asked the participants, the head staff, to send in submission videos through Gmail. And Crystal was able to post those videos online through the event page, which was just like a powwow. You know, we had you or Jason as the MC because I think Joey has some technical issues. He wasn't too fond of Zoom at the time, but it was we carried it out just like a regular powwow last year, and I think it went for about 2 hours. We had speakers, we had some people from Ames, Mr. Pete Landros. He came on to speak about AIM and what they're doing. So we had a lot of people. It was very successful, and we're glad that we're able to have it actually in person this year. Even though the numbers of COVID is declining, we're going to still uphold the protocols. We're going to still take temperatures at the door. We're going to still ask those who are not vaccinated to wear masks. We're going to have hand sanitizer stations around the arena. We're going to limit the amount of people going to each vendor to about 10 people, and the vendors are good with that. And so hopefully everything will turn out. You know, I'm actually talking to the local health department about coming out and setting up a table to actually two things: to test people rapid tests, and also to see if we will be able to do a mobile vaccination at the powwow this year for those who want to get vaccinated who are not vaccinated now.
Excellent, excellent. So, Mike, what's been your participation over the years with that powwow?
Well, thanks, Jason and Crystal. My participation here at the King Powwow, it started probably 4 years ago out of the 5 years. It's just setting up the logistics as far as getting publicity out on the highways with Patrick and myself traveling up and down the interstate, setting out signs, heightening the awareness of this powwow. Also, just reaching out to different corporations within the community in Gifford County, Forsyth County, and Stokes County, just to see as far as sponsorships, charitable donations, ranging from BB&T helping out, Food Line donating for water for, the singers, the dancers, and also the participants there. And this year, that's been my involvement all together is, helping the community and also administrating the gates to, make sure we provide a sense of security, at these functions as well.
Excellent.
And going on with that, the next thing is, our sponsorships for the King Powwow. We have 4 statuses that we have. It starts at the very entry level as a Hawk status. Any amount donation, we accept that. With that, you get a free T-shirt and an admission to the powwow. And then up the next step of that is the immature Eagle status is $250 to $500. It's a Facebook advertisement of your business, organization, free T-shirt, and admission to the powwow. And then you have the Golden Eagle status, which is $500 to $750. Free advertisement of your business or organization on our Facebook page, a free T-shirt, and the proceeds from the previous statuses. And then you have the Bald Eagle status, which is $750 to $1,000. And that is a thank you letter in the newspaper, free advertisement of your business or organization on our Facebook page, and the proceeds on the previous status as well.
Wow, that sounds like there's a lot of ways that people can help participate, make this thing successful.
And you don't just have to participate by financials. I mean, we accept people to come out and donate their time, just helping out with the missions, or with the wash stations as well.
Oh, man. Excellent. So again, what's that date on there this year?
This year will be August 14th. That is a Saturday, and August 15th on a Sunday.
Okay, that's really good.
Sweetheart, do we want to ask them a little bit for some of the folks that may not know what a powwow is or where it comes from?
Yeah.
And maybe you could talk, Patrick, just about how you were introduced in your hometown and your family and your tribe to powwow, and just give a personal experience on what it means to our culture and our people.
Yeah. So just to piggyback on the powwow, actually, we have a couple guests that we're going to be spotlighting. It's going to be Charlie Lowry and also Alexis Jones. They both were participants and contestants on American Idol a couple years ago. So they will be singing on Saturday from 4:30 to 5:30. So they're both Native Americans, and they will be out there. We also have Mr. Arnold Richardson, who will be playing the flute. So we're going to have a flute contest. We're also going to have a couple
internationally renowned Arnold Richardson, right?
Right. Mr. Richardson he's 83 years old. He's from the Halawasa Pony tribe. So he will be out there. So also we're going to have the Aztec dancers too. So we usually ask them to come. They will be performing on Saturday as well as on Sunday. So this is some of the side things that we will have along with the dances that will be going on the various categories. So that would be, I think we're going to have about maybe 15 to 20 vendors too. And what we try to do with our vendors, we try to what we do, vent them, as I put it, to make sure that there are indigenous people promoting the arts and crafts. Because one of the things that I hate to see is that people are selling Native American arts and crafts that are not Native American. So we try to promote our people.
No China-made vendors at your place. No
Yeah,
made in
well,
China. No made in China.
in China, yeah, I don't, yeah, that stuff. You know, if I'm going to put my name on something, you know, I want it to be, you know, the real thing, and that's what our powwow and king is different from most of the other non-tribal powwows that you see in the area. It's 100% Native American run. Our head staff is Native American. You know, we're not going to card people or nothing. We don't do that, but we try to get our head staff, our drummers. We're going to have Red Clay. They're from Hollister, North Carolina. We're going to have Smoky River from Cohair, Clinton, North Carolina. So they are both well-known drums in their communities. We have Isaac and Sage. They're a couple. They're married. I think Isaac is from Cohair, and Sage is from the Halawasaponi tribe. So then we have our MC, a master of ceremony, will be Joey Crutchfield, who's Monacan, and our arena director, the person that makes sure that everybody gets to the arena, no one's going in and out, just following the protocol. His name is Joseph Jordan, and he's from my tribe, the Meherrin Nation. If a lot of people, if you don't know what a powwow is, basically it's a gathering of various Native American of nations, of people coming together to showcase their style of dancing. Dancing can be from jingle to grass to fancy to traditional, even smoke dancers. So I really promote people to go on powwows.com. That's a good site if you want to learn about the different dances. They have a whole list about the powwow etiquette. So powwows.com is a good site. But it's basically a social gathering. And I really think this year is going to turn out really big because everybody's been cooped up for a year and a half. There's no big powwows. I think the only powwows that's going on right now will be the Cherokees coming up in July. So right after July, after Cherokees, it's going to be the King City powwow. So it's going to be, I believe, a lot of people coming on those 2 days. So like Mike was saying, you know, if you don't want to donate through monetary donations, even though we're a 501c, so we're nonprofit, there will be a tax write-off for your business or even yourself. We do have a 501c nonprofit, but you can come out and donate your time. You know, we can always have people at the gate helping out with the vendor setup on Friday. They usually come on Friday. So it's various things that we can use your labor, your time for this powwow. So
yeah, and I think
I also help out. With my tribe's powwow each October, and that's a little bit bigger because our tribe does get a little bit more funding than what we do in the King City powwow, Red Hawks Gathering Nations. We're solely out of donations and sponsorship, so we don't get these big old grants that other tribes and other people get. We're kind of what we call grassroots. So we're on the ground. We are asking, going door to door from Food Line and say, hey, we'd like to donate, in-store donation, or we'll ask the local people, whatever, if they want to do a donation from their business. So we don't, like I said, we don't get those big old grants. So what we do is what we call day money. So the dancers, if we have 100 dancers, their name goes in a pot, and the MC draws the name out. If they're, each intertribal, if your number comes up, you pick an envelope. It may be $5, it may be $100 in an envelope, but your number goes back in. So it gives you more chances and stuff. So versus your contemporary powwows that different nations have, they have competition. And, they can give about $500 for the win or whatnot. So, but we try to keep it kind of small. We also do little specials. So this year we're going to do what they call a Easter War versus Eastern Woodland special, and also a missing and murdered Indigenous women jingle special. And I think we may throw in a smoke dance special, and of course the flute dance. The flute contest will be on that this year also.
Okay, very good, very good. Mike, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just excited. I can't wait. I'm praying to the Creator for great weather for that weekend in advance, because like Pat said, we've all been dealing with this past pandemic with COVID. And I really believe the people are ready to get out, and just have a good time and mingle with kindred spirits, and also have a great time enjoying, great vendors, don't want to discriminate against a nation, but we do like to keep things authentic, because we don't like to have cheap copies of great original work there, so just looking at having a great time.
All right, that's very good. So that is August 14th and 15th in King, North Carolina. And Patrick, is there a website that people can visit, or how can they find out more information?
They can just Google Red Hawks Gather on Nations powwow on Facebook. We don't have a website now, but we're going to work on that. But just if you Google it, we do have an event page that I can share with you later on. You can maybe put that up. And we're also contacting the local news channels around the area and newspapers for that. So
okay, that's good. So one more time, Patrick, the name of the powwow.
It's Red Hawks Gather on Nations King City Powwow, August the 14th and 15th in King, North Carolina. Just Google the American Legion. I believe it's 436 South Main Street, King, North Carolina. That's the address. So if you don't know where to go, just put in American Legion, because King is not that big. It's maybe about 4 miles long. I'm telling you. But you can't get lost in King. But it's right there.
And if you drive by and see the big teepee, you're there, right? Is he coming out again this year?
Exactly. Yep. We always have one of our vendors. They bring he brings his teepee, even though it's a Western, aspect of things. But the teepee brings in a lot of attention to the powwow. But like I was telling you before, we were more like a grassroots, like me and Mike. We're going to be out there this weekend putting up some signs on 40 and on 52. If you ever rode on 40, it's a busy interstate. We get out there and we put a sign up in places that you don't think. And that way they don't take the sign down. They're like, these crazy nuts put a sign here. So that way we put it in the place where when most of the traffic comes, and we know there's going to be slow traffic during rush hour. Right. So that's where most of our advertisement come, along with the news channels. They kind of promote it also. So,
all right, this is Patrick and Mike with the King Powwow, August 14th and 15th. And thank you guys for listening to Yesa Rising. Jason, any last words?
No, I was just saying, if they're running around the neighborhood or the territory, so to speak, you guys going to be able to come by at 3 o'clock to my warrior workshop, helping men be protectors for the MMIW and making sure that doesn't happen within our communities.
When is this now?
3 o'clock on Saturday.
I can, if I can get off work early. I'm working this Saturday because I'm off. I'm taking a vacation in a couple of weeks. The week after that. So, but if I can get off early, I come. Yeah.
Well, any men that
right down the road.
Any men that you can send is going to be at the Pleasant Grove Community Center. So, we want to do our best to keep the factors that that cause MMIW to not be within our community, and then we will only have to worry about protecting the biggest problem, which is outside the community. But if our men renew their traditional ways and values of protecting the family and the women and the children, I think that's going to do a lot for the community of North Carolina in regards to that epidemic.
Well, that is
right. Just understanding. Yeah, that's what I did. I actually did something like that, Jason, on Father's Day in my community here, and actually in my subdivision, we had a men's hour. So went to the common area in my neighborhood. We call it common areas like Arbor and everything. And we had a couple guys that come out, and it was crazy because it was on Father's Day. We had one guy I never met in the community. He actually opened up, had a lot of stuff on his mind and a lot of issues he's going through. I guess he just needed some other men to talk to and express the things that he was going through. And I think even just having that little session helped him out. And he asked, could we have that that hour once a month? So we're going to start a men's hour in my community here. So it's just various people.
Well, if you could tell any
for
of
that
those
1 hour, it was awesome because
only an hour away. 45 minutes to an hour away.
yeah, Adam. Yeah.
Well,
So, but I understand where it comes. You have to understand your own issues. To overcome those things that you're battling. So,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing to see both communities. Yours, Jason, yes, we will definitely try to be there to support that on this Saturday. But that's great to hear that as well, Pat, because, us men, we are also attacked, as far as various ways from incarcerated on various lower levels at all times, and I feel like if you attack the men, the women become vulnerable. And so that's a great thing, Pat, to see that you're reaching out in your community, and Jason, what you're doing there, because that's where we have to start. We have to build our men back up to be the protectors that we're called to be, to protect our women and also to protect our communities and our nations. So that's great.
So very good. Thank y'all so much. So, okay, you guys heard it live here on Yesa Rising. So, okay, Patrick and Mike, don't leave, but we're going to end this recording. So we will see you guys next Monday at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. and we will rerun on Sundays at 9:30 right after The Viewpoint. Once again, thank you for listening to Yesa Rising with Crystal Red Bear and Jason Crazy Bear on WKBY 1080 Inspirational Radio. Okay, we'll see you guys next Monday at 1 p.m.